Bonjour! Welcome to another episode of Cuisine Michel. I am Michelle. So today I'm going to be making some cookies that I have made before and we absolutely love in our house. And these are actually being made specially for my husband's grandma who likes to go by Nanny. So these are her favorite cookies that I make. So I'm dedicating this video to Nanny. Hello, Nanny. I hope you're watching or that you'll get the chance to see this. Anyway, these are iced soft oatmeal cookies. And here are the ingredients that you're going to need in order to make them. We have rolled oats that are old-fashioned, so you want the old-fashioned kind, all-purpose flour, baking powder, this is baking soda rather, and you'll also need baking powder, so you need both baking soda and baking powder, cinnamon, nutmeg, salt. You can have regular, it doesn't have to be iodized. That does not make any difference to me. I know some people do. 2 sticks of unsalted butter that have been softened, light brown sugar, 2 eggs, some vanilla extract, and there's the oven. And then you will need some regular sugar. And afterwards, to do the icing, you're going to need some powdered sugar and milk. I haven't gotten those out because that's going to be later. And as you heard my oven getting ready there, your oven needs to be heating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first thing you're going to do is you have 2 cups. I've measured out 2 cups here of the rolled oats in a food processor. We're going to pulse that a couple of times to kind of break it up into some coarse chunks or crumbs. You don't have to pulverize the thing to death. So a bit like that. So if you want to look inside there, you can see there's still some pretty good chunks, but we've broken it up quite a bit. Once you have that, we're going to add that here into the bowl. And here in the bowl, I have measured out 2 cups, which is 240 grams of all-purpose flour. Just put those together. Along with that, we're going to be adding in other ingredients. We have 1 tablespoon of the baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. This will be our dry mixture, so we're going to go ahead and get that all stirred up together. Smells great already. All right, once we've got that combined, we're just going to leave that set aside. And next, we're going to move over to the stand mixer. So here in the stand mixer, we have 2 sticks, which is 1 cup of unsalted butter. We have 1 cup of packed light brown sugar, and we have 1/2 cup of regular sugar. We are going to cream all of those together. We will now mix in each of the eggs one at a time. Okay, then we're going to be putting in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. have all that in, we're going to be adding in gradually our flour mixture. And also, I suggest that you switch to the dough hook for this part. I usually just pour in about maybe a third of this to start with. And we're going to mix that until it's just combined. Okay, so then we're going to use, now I can use my cookie scoop, but you can use just teaspoons if you want. And we're going to be putting these on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Space them about 2 to 3 inches apart, and then pop them in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until they're golden brown at the edges. Let them cool on the cookie sheet just a couple minutes after removing before putting them to the rack. All right, so these have finished baking, and yeah, they're not the same sizes as each other, but that's okay. I did have my assistants, my son and my husband, help me bake these because I had to go do something in the meantime. So thank you to them as well for participating in this video, even if they're not on camera. And now we've come to the part where we're going to put on the icing. Although these are really good by themselves, you can have them just without the icing. So if you don't want to do this part, feel free to enjoy as is. I, however, really like them when they're iced, so we're going to make that icing. Here in my, I just use this as a simple thing because it's easy to reach the cookies in here. You don't have to use a measure, but you do need to measure the 2 cups of powdered sugar. To that, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of milk. It does not have to be any particular. You can use any milk. You could use skim. I'm using 2%. And we're going to just whisk that together. And that does not take very long. As you can see, it's already coming together. Just whisk it until you basically see no more lumps in there. You'll see it has a nice drizzly consistency like this. Now we will just take the cookies. We're gonna put them in there like that. And then put them over here so that in case you get it on the edges, which I do almost every time, that you can have something for it to drip off the excess. I'm going to do that, and then I will see you at final plating. And here we are at final plating. Now obviously this is not all the cookies. Some of them are over here and they're still getting set. They don't take a terrible long time to set, maybe like a half hour, but I don't really want to wait that long to stack them up and do all that because I want to try one now. I already know they're wonderful, but I still want to go ahead and have one, so here we go. Just as good as always. They have a nice crunch to them, but they are still soft. So anyway, I hope that you will give them a try and enjoy them as well. And we will see you hopefully next time for another episode of Cuisine Michel. Give it a like, a share, and subscribe while you're at it, please. Au revoir. They have a nice crunch to them, but they are still soft.